Hi friends, today we're learning about shapes. Welcome to Newman's Notebook, the channel where kids get to learn with a real teacher. That's me, Lindsay Newman. And to draw and learn about shapes, I've got a different kind of notebook today. It's a red notebook. This one I got at IKEA. It just has some blank pages and an extra special piece of paper, it looks like. And I also have a marker from IKEA, so we're gonna try using this today. So I was walking around the house looking for things that I could use for the video, and I found some different shapes of different objects I have in my home. And the first shape I found was this one. So what shape do you think this Lego is? So it's basically a square. It also has parts of it that are rectangles. So the top part and the bottom are a square. There's also a circle inside the Lego. So it's actually got quite a few shapes in it. And then I found this. What shape is this? So that's a triangle. And this is one of those magniforms that they stick together. They're magnetic, but this is a triangle. And I also found this, which is another triangle, kind of a different kind. But I stuck it together with this triangle and realized that it could make a square, it could make a diamond, that you can use triangles to make other shapes. And then I want to show you a couple more. So I found this shape. What shape do you think that is? Looks like a rectangle. So it's a rectangle. And this is a game called Jenga. Maybe you've played it before. And this actually has lots of rectangles on it. It's a game where you stack the Jenga blocks and they fall down, and it's actually really fun. And the last shape I want to show you is this. It is a Play-Doh container, and I realized that the lid is what shape? It's a circle. So let's practice drawing some shapes. So the first shape I'm going to try is a circle. So let's just try doing lots of different kinds of circles. Let's do a circle. And just go around, practice different sized circles, some that are big, some that are small, some that are medium. A circle is usually the first shape that we learn how to draw. You could even do a circle inside of a circle. So just try different kinds of circles. Some could be big, medium, small. You could do circles inside of other circles, so then they kind of look like donuts. So this is a circle, and if you'd like to try writing the word circle, it is a lowercase c, I, R, C, L, E, and that would be a circle. Okay, let's try another shape. I want to try this shape. This was a triangle. So for the triangle, I'm going to start with a diagonal line. So top to the side, top to the side, and then connect the two. So there's actually different kinds of triangles. Some triangles have sides that are all the same length, and other triangles have sides that are different lengths. So if I wanted to make one with a short side and then two long sides, I could do that. I could make it stand up differently. You can make a really wide and big triangle. So just try different kinds of triangles all over your paper. Different sides, sizes, different lengths. Maybe facing different ways. So there's a triangle. Let's try a shape that I'm sure you've practiced before. Let's try the shape that the Lego had. the square. Let's try that. So for a square, I want all my sides to be the same. I want all my sides to be equal. So I'm going to try to do that as best I can without a ruler. So I'm going to make a vertical line, and then I'm going to make a horizontal line, and then another horizontal line, and top to bottom another vertical line. And that's a square. So all the sides are pretty much the same length. Now you could also try it this way, top to bottom, left to right, and then you kind of have an L. And then you would just connect it. That's another way you can make a square. And you can make some small ones. You could make some really big squares. You could make a square inside a square. So just try a few different kinds of squares, different sizes, and see what you can come up with. Okay, let's try the shape of the Jenga piece that I had, the rectangle. So a rectangle is different than a square. How do you think it's different? So you know that the square, all the sides were the same length. But with the rectangle, you have two short sides and two long sides. And it doesn't matter which way it's facing, you always have two that are short and two that are long. So let's try drawing them different ways. So we'll start with short, short, long, long. I'm going to try that again. Short, short, long, long. And you could even flip it and have it go vertically instead of horizontally. So I'm going to try short, short, long, long. And let's try different sizes. So short, short, long, long. And even make a littler one, short, short, long, long. So try some different rectangles. And if you wanted to write the word rectangle, you could try it here. So R, E, C, T, rect, A, N, G, L, E, rectangle. And let's go back and write some of those other words. So what shape was this? This was a square, like the Lego. So let's try writing square. S. I'm going to make a letter called a Q. Go around, down, and then you kind of put a little foot on it coming up. SQ. U. A. R. E. So there's our square. And let's try writing the word for the next shape that we did. What is this? It's a triangle. So it starts with a T. T, R, I, A, N, and just try your best when you're writing. G, L, E. Okay, so let's review the shapes we did. We did a circle, triangle, square, rectangle, and now we're ready to try to draw something with our shapes. And I kind of like to draw like a shape robot. I don't know if you've ever done anything like that, but I think that would be pretty fun. So let's start with the head. And you can draw it differently. I'm going to show you a way that I would draw it, but if you want to do it differently, that's fine. So let's do a square head. Okay. And how about a line? You can use lines. Lines are very important when you're learning about shapes. I'm going to do a rectangle body, so make that really long. So I did a square for a head, rectangle body. Maybe I'll do a line for the arm, the leg, the leg. Now let's focus on the face. What can we do? What shapes would you like to do for his face? You do circle eyes. And maybe a triangle for a nose. And let's try a rectangle mouth. And you could even make the rectangle have teeth with some different lines. Make lots of little rectangles and squares. You could put a dot in each eye. And let's give him some fancy buttons, because robots probably have lots of buttons. So you could do some buttons that are squares. Maybe these light up. Maybe some buttons that are circles. Maybe those light up. And you could give him some robot shoes, some rectangles. And maybe he has ears that are triangles. And if you want, you could just give him regular hands. And maybe he should have some robot hair. What do you think? He could have, well, any shape you want. We could do some rectangles for hair. So it's kind of standing up. And maybe do some zigzags for the eyebrows. So I'm going to leave my robot like that. If you want to add some more details to your robot, you can, using different kinds of shapes. So using rectangles, using squares. You could even use diamonds. Diamond is a square just turned a little bit differently, like that. And then I think we've got a pretty awesome looking robot made out of shapes. So thank you for watching. I hope you had fun making shapes with me today, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.